Denny Hamlin won at Michigan for his 63rd career victory in the Cup Series, tying Kyle Busch. We'll talk about that. And I just got back from St. Louis for the IndyCar race where I saw Josef Newgarden take home his 6th victory at Gateway. We talk about both races today on the Gay Racing Podcast, and it is still June. Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride Month. The racing gods gave us a Josef Newgarden win for Pride Month.
Yes.
Another Denny Hamlin, too. That counts, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say that counts.
Will Buxton had a little rainbow pocket square at a Gateway yesterday. Girl, that was cute.
That's sweet. Did he wear it like on the broadcast too?
I don't know if it was on the broadcast. It probably was, I guess, if it's in his little suit jacket. But he took a selfie with it and posted it. Yeah. So I was like, oh, you want us to see it? All right, Will, I see you.
Cute.
Yeah.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about IndyCar Gateway, which we'll do in a little bit. We're going to cover NASCAR at Michigan first. So how much of the race did you see yesterday, Alex?
I was at the track. None. I was at Gateway.
Yeah. So we'll cover it.
Just to give you an idea, I got to Gateway, Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway Motorsports Park, if you're unfamiliar.
Yes.
I got there at 2:30 p.m. and the NASCAR race started roughly around then. Okay.
Right.
The only things I know about the NASCAR race are from what you have texted me.
Okay. So you haven't seen any highlights? You haven't seen anything?
No. I haven't had time to watch highlights. I just did a drive back, and then I showered, and then here we are. So I have not seen anything.
I will walk you through it. It was a very typical NASCAR race. There were a lot of cautions. Carson Hocevar wrecked some cars. Mm-hmm. There was a really hard crash with Christopher Bell, but of course, Denny Hamlin won. And this is, you missing the race yesterday, whatever, but you missing this moment, I think kind of sucks because it kind of gave me goosebumps watching it live. So Denny Hamlin wins the race. He ties Kyle Busch, 63 wins, 9th on the all-time wins list, right? And as soon as that happens, I know it's going to be a great victory moment, burnouts and stuff. And a pit crew member from the 11 runs out with this flag, and it has a 1 and an 8, makes the 18. The 1's like the GGR 1, as seen on Kyle Busch's and Denny Hamlin's cars, and then it's the RCR Kyle Busch 8. It's this cool flag. Denny had a hat with it, the special little number too. He's doing burnouts with the flag. He's like doing the Polish victory lap. It was, and Prime was silent the whole time.
Good. Really let that moment sink in.
It was awesome. It felt kind of like, not like Kevin Harvick 2001 Atlanta, but like a combination of that and July 2001 Dale Jr. winning Daytona. It's kind of like it was a big healing moment.
I think for me, it's like when Jeff Gordon tied Dale Earnhardt in wins at Phoenix. Right. It's very similar kind of to that, but it is also, I would say, a moment, maybe not of healing, but just of more appreciation for Kyle Busch.
Well, the fact that it happened so recent after his passing too, I think gave it a lot more impact. Because when Jeff tied Earnhardt, that was years after he passed.
Yeah, that was 2007. Yeah.
Kyle Busch, his last Cup win just surpassed 3 years ago. It was June 4th, 2023, and June 4th was this past week. So I think Denny winning on this week is also, there's just all these little connections.
Yeah. And can I say, that win for Kyle Busch was at Gateway.
At Gateway.
And it was an IndyCar race. I saw so much Kyle Busch merch. I saw a guy wearing Kyle Busch shorts. I saw so many KBM shirts. Lots of people were just talking about it. You just overheard people talking about it. And this isn't the NASCAR audience. And obviously, Kyle Busch is one of the biggest names in motorsport, American motorsport. So everyone knows what happened. But it was just really cool to see tributes at an IndyCar race still, at the track where he got his last win.
Yeah. And even worldwide, I saw like a lot of the Formula broadcasts, like F1, F2, like this was more like, I guess, 2 weeks ago, but they did some cool stuff too. But we're going to see the clip of this moment and that burnout for the rest of our lives. I heard someone suggest that the hat, and people were asking if like people can buy the hat, which it's not like a merch thing. It's just a one of a kind. Like that hat should be in the Hall of Fame. It would be really cool, or it may be in the flag too. But we're going to be seeing that moment for the rest of our lives. And it was the largest margin of victory of Denny Hamlin's career at 11.11 seconds. And you're probably wondering, that's really big, right? Like, that's huge. Well, we'll get into why it was so big in a minute, because Toyota was really fast, right? Toyota was really
Wait, can I stop you? The last time a large margin of victory that big was March 2018.
Yes, Fontana.
318.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Dale Earnhardt's number, Kyle Busch's number.
I guess so. Yeah, 18. I think Kyle Busch. I want to say Kyle Busch finished second in that Fontana race, but I don't. Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know. I just saw that in your notes here. That's pretty crazy.
And I think people.
And 11-11 is always like a special combination of numbers too.
The top three was Hamlin, of course, and then Eric Jones finishes second. Really good run for him. We'll talk about
how'd that happen.
We will get to that. It's a whole story.
Okay.
You gotta hang on. Okay. And then Bubba Wallace stops the bleeding, finishes third. Great day for him, right? Patreon member Josh says, Michigan, despite all the yellows, I thought racing wise, this was another really solid next gen Michigan race. It was really cool to see guys like Suarez and Jones be very competitive. Suarez also got a top 10 finish, I believe. Yeah, 6 or something. Yeah, 6. And Bubba finally getting a great finish. Congrats to Denny on another win. Patreon member Courtney says Toyotas be winning, and I will always be here for it. Of course, our number one Toyota fan in the Patreon comments, Courtney. Now, I think the reason Denny Hamlin had a really huge margin of victory is because, all of his other Toyota teammates basically got wrecked out on lap 83. Enter Carson Hocevar. And you've seen nothing, right?
No.
So basically it's a restart. I think Larson and Elliott are the front row. They're fast, and then literally it's just Toyotas behind them. The 2311 Toyotas, the JGR Toyotas, they're just all lined up in the rows behind them. And then it's Carson Hocevar in like 7th. He gets a pretty good restart, but Larson is stacking up the inside line, and Carson misjudges it, turns John Hunter Nemechek, which then turns Bubba Wallace, which then turns Ty Gibbs, it was a domino effect, and which then turns Tyler Reddick. And
Reddick.
Yes. Reddick had a hard crash. He went into the inside wall, bounced off hard. Austin Dillon wasn't expecting it, plowed him hard. First DNF of the season for Tyler Reddick, even though he crashed last week at Nashville, but he still crossed the line. So that took out a lot of the really fast Toyotas, right? It took out Reddick. It took out Ty Gibbs, who also had some.
That's Reddick's first DNF of the year, right?
Yeah. John Hunter Nemechek, who was having some speed. It kind of took out a lot of Denny's competition, I feel like, because something happened to Bell later on. But yeah, a lot of people were mad at Hocevar for that. You were kind of mad at him last week at Nashville because, he was making your bedtime get farther and farther away. He kept causing.
Well, IndyCar did the same thing, and I'm not too mad at her right now. So. But
yeah,
let me guess. No one confronted Hocevar.
Bubba apparently, and he said this on TV. He said that he is jealous of He told Hocevar he's jealous of his speed, but but we beat you because we finished the races. Or something like that. You'd have to look for the actual quote.
Okay.
But Bubba did finish third. Hocevar finished fifth, so he came home with a pretty good finish. But he's from Michigan. I think this is like the Daytona 500 to him. We heard Brad Keselowski describe Michigan, his home race, as that too. Yeah. Eric Jones is also from Michigan, isn't he?
I think so.
He finished second. That's an awesome day for him. But yeah, like he was very aggressive yesterday, which you kind of have to be at Michigan with the aero games and stuff. But yeah, there was a moment he was like 3 wide with Denny and Larson on a restart, which got really close. I think people are mad at him because it's hard to give him benefit of the doubt, right? Because you can analyze it and be like, Larson kind of checked up the line. I can see how Hocevar didn't expect it. It didn't expect John Hunter to immediately get checked up. Because the line wasn't getting checked up. I think Hocevar pulling out 3 wide, that's fine. But nope, it caused the weirdest domino effect crash I've ever seen. It's like one car in one lane turned the other one, and then it just keeps going. It was crazy. So, but our drivers going to do anything about it, Alex?
No. I didn't watch. No, I can tell you.
I had a conversation with them, which legit. But there's going to be times, especially, Carson Hocevar is probably going to make the chase, right? He's 7th in points.
Yeah.
people aren't going to cut him brakes, especially when he's going to need them.
Right.
It's going to come back to bite him.
So maybe in the chase is what we're thinking.
Allegedly. I thought yesterday was going to be the moment. I thought it was going to be like Denny versus Hocevar for the win, and Denny was going to run him into the wall or something. Like, I mentioned this last week. There's going to be a Joey Logano getting turned by Matt Kenseth moment for this kid. There's going to be a moment where it just boils over and where Carson's like, oh, this is the consequences for my
Do you
actions.
remember that night? Was it Charlotte 2014? When Brad had like
Matt Kenseth.
The whole house was mad at Brad Keselowski. He had like 3 people pissed off.
Yeah.
Hocevar's going to have a night like that.
It's going to cost him the most, like 100%. But I don't know. We'll have to see. The fact that he will be in the chase is going to make this more entertaining. But yesterday he was just excited. I guess it's Michigan. He's trying to win. I get it. But yeah, so that was the biggest crash in terms of cars that we had yesterday. But there was a really scary incident that happened with Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell. This is on a restart with like 50 to go.
You texted me at this that they had a really bad crash, and I saw Bell had like a cast on his hand or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a sling or something.
Yeah.
So it's just a normal restart. Elliott and Bell are fighting for either the lead or second. I don't remember, but they're up front.
Okay.
Going into turn 3, they're side by side. They're trying to, play the aero games, get each other tight. Elliott's on the inside. He gets loose. The car corrects to the right. And, Michigan's a really fast track, Alex, right? Even in the corners, they're carrying like 180 miles per hour. It's like Bell basically got knocked by the 9 car and immediately just slammed the wall head on, like at an angle. It was a hard hit. It looked like the hardest. If it's not the hardest hit, it's one of the hardest hits I think we've seen in NASCAR. They had to repair part of the wall.
Well, Michigan's a really fast track,
especially with like. I saw some people bringing this up yesterday on Twitter, like especially with the way you have to race with this car. Not only does it have all this downforce and that increases corner speeds, right? But the fact that you have to race so close. You have to side draft. Even in the turns, you have to put air on the guy's spoiler to get him tight. And another thing with this car is when it gets loose, you're kind of screwed. If it snaps loose, you're either going to spin or you overcorrect it. And Chase overcorrected the car and it just knocked in the 20. It happened so fast. And it's like one of these instances where it's like, if we were racing the older car, I don't know if something like that happens.
Right.
I mean, we've seen hard hits with the old car, but still, it's just the way that they have to race with the next gen. Yeah, stuff like that's going to happen on a restart, and it just kind of sucks. I'm glad they're both okay because, the broadcast was silent for like 30 seconds after.
Oh, it was that bad.
It took, it took them a minute to get out.
Okay,
but it was.
Like the wind got knocked out of them kind of thing?
I mean, think about like when you saw Joseph flip at Gateway last year. It's just like, oh.
Right. Yeah.
It's okay, right? Like, it's just, it was just like a lot.
It was a pretty sudden, I imagine.
It was,
crash.
It was, it happened so fast.
Yeah.
You would have to, it literally just Chase got loose and then not even a second later, Bell is just in the wall.
Well,
so
and
hard.
Bell
went out.
Bell has had such bad luck this year. He's had like 5 races or something where he's just been up front, but then something goes wrong, he gets wrecked, or something else happens.
And I've noted that, and it has happened a lot. He is where is he? He's 10th in points, which like that doesn't show his speed because he's like within the top 5 of stage points scored of everyone through the season, but he's just been getting so many like just unlucky DNFs and stuff. To where, it's really costing him, and it's going to cost him the championship. Honestly, I think that 20 team they could put together a really solid 10 races. But Denny Hamlin, who is currently, especially after yesterday, Reddick DNFing, is clawing away at the regular season championship. It's these bonus points Bell's going to miss out on is going to really suck.
Man,
it's going to cost them.
Not to jump to the points, but Reddick DNFing and Hamlin winning, that's huge for the championship. For those 25 points for the chase. If Hamlin keeps catching Reddick like that.
because every week, like Hamlin's been like clawing away at it, like little by little. Because like
this is
Hamlin
a big,
whatever.
This is a big one.
This is the first big jump because it's the first time Reddick actually has a DNF, a bad race.
Yeah,
and we'll get to the points in a minute. The only other thing I want to say on Bell is there are possible wrist and ankle injuries. So we can get into the points now. I think I covered most of everything with the race, unless you have any specific questions about it. Because it was fine. It was a next gen Michigan race. It's kind of like an IndyCar race in a way, where it's like they're all packed up and you can make passes. But
was it a good race? Because Michigan's been really good with the Gen 7.
I feel like last year's race was only good because of fuel mileage. This year's race was kind of
okay.
I mean, it was fine. I didn't like all the cautions and crashes. I feel like that took away all the attention. So it was kind of whatever, but we do have the points pulled up, and we're going to kind of... You go ahead.
Reddick is only 51 points ahead of Hamlin now.
Yes. Hamlin
Wow.
clawed.
It was like just under 100 a week ago.
Yeah. Hamlin really clawed into that points lead. And Blaney holding serve in third's pretty good too.
Hamlin's over 100 ahead of Blaney. I mean, it's really down to Reddick and Hamlin for that number one slot in the chase.
Yeah. Yeah, and Elliott having a DNF's probably not ideal for him trying to... Like, he maybe could have been considered before, but it's probably not going to be him now. It's probably going to have to try to just chase down Blaney. But yeah, the top 6 didn't really change. Hocevar gained 2 spots with all the stage points he got. He ran good all day. He was up front. So Bell drops to 10th.
Yeah, I'm looking below 10th. Bubba Wallace is plus 49. Byron plus 48. Did Byron do good yesterday?
He did get
a good run.
He got some stage points, but he finished 18th.
Okay.
And he only got points in one stage, but he finished 18th. Chevrolet, Larson and Elliott ran up front a lot.
One bad race for Byron. He's going to be on the bubble here.
And the thing is, he's having all these kind of mediocre races every week, or at least mediocre finishes.
Yeah. Then Chase Briscoe's plus 41, SVG plus 26. Kozlowski plus 21 and Cindric plus 3. Did SVG struggle with having to qualify this time? I saw he qualified like in the 30s.
He was slow. He finished 30th. He was just, I forgot he was a NASCAR driver yesterday. I literally did not see him on the TV once.
SVG needs more rainouts in qualifying, because that's what's really was helping him out.
The metric was carrying him so far. And it still can, but not after the finish this week. He's lucky the road courses will stop the bleeding. The road courses are going to stop the bleeding the metric's going to cause. But
the last
Chase
2
Briscoe
coming up.
Just Chase Briscoe, he gained a spot in points, but he just finished 10th. Bubba Wallace was the biggest mover in points. He gained 4 spots. I think. Yeah, we were worried about him last week.
I'm still mildly concerned, but that's good. He needed that.
Yeah. And Brad's a little bit closer to the cushion than before, and it's Penske teammates on the bubble. Eric Jones might be the biggest dark horse in terms of making the chase, because he got second in the stage and second in the race yesterday. He's right there. I don't know if Legacy is going to continue this speed or this performance. Because
he
finished
impressive.
Yeah, he finished second at the All-Star race, but it's the All-Star race. Who cares? This is his first top 5 of the year.
Yeah,
3 top 10. So
Logano's only -3, then Jones -18, Priest -19. That's the bubble right now.
Yeah.
Very interesting. 2 Penske cars. The 43 car. I feel like I don't think Eric Jones has been up here, right? Ryan Priest has fallen like a rock lately.
Yeah, Jones, he was 21st in points last week, Eric Jones.
Okay.
And Ryan Priest is just bleeding points. But to be noted, that penalty he got at Texas, he would be above the cut line if he didn't get that penalty.
And how did Ross Chastain do? He is -72.
He finished 16th.
Okay.
Nothing to note. No, I don't think he had any major incidents either. Just
wow.
He was up front on strategy at a point, I remember. I think he took 2 tires at one point, and he was kind of not up front, but he was in the top 5.
Yeah.
But then he just fell. I think him and Byron, now that I remember, I think they had a really big pit window to end the race, and I think they had to save fuel. They had to save more fuel than a lot of other guys, so I think that's why they kind of dropped the order in the last run. Byron was in position to maybe win the race, but he had to save too much fuel. Cautions kept coming out. So
Gotcha.
yeah. But yeah, points pretty fun this week. Keep an eye on Eric Jones. Joey Logano still just sitting there.
This Reddick and Hamlin battle could get really fun.
It could.
Especially because we're going to Pocono. That's arguably Hamlin's best track.
Yeah.
But then the road courses are right after that, and Denny's not as good there.
And Reddick is. Like, Reddick's pretty solid on the road courses.
But then Denny is pretty good at the short tracks with this car, and then the mile and a half. So.
Okay, but any oval. I think any oval, like you picked any Hamlin.
Yeah.
Because even at some of the races Tyler Reddick has won this year, it's like the 11 might have been a better car. I don't know. Right. It's going to be hard to beat Denny Hamlin for this championship this year. I think he should be everyone's favorite right now. But unfortunately, it's Denny Hamlin, and we know something's going to happen. So
right.
We'll have to see. But yeah, is there anything else on points?
I think I'm good.
All right. Next race is at Pocono next week, which we will talk about next week. What I want to talk about now is IndyCar at Gateway, because it's become the biggest event outside of the Indy 500 on the IndyCar schedule for me, like in terms of racing.
I think it's my favorite outside of the Indy 500.
I mean, it's
great.
I put this, so I put this later, but like, it's kind of like IndyCar's version of the Bristol night race. That's what it's starting to feel like. Cause we've seen tempers flare before in this race, but like, I just feel like the race is always electric. I don't know if it's because it's at night, because the IndyCar short oval racing is just that good. And it happens to be at night. It's summer. I love the date. How did you feel about the start time as someone that went to the race?
So I took off Monday and Tuesday from my real job. I normally only take off the Monday. So, I mean, that's one con, I guess, of that.
Like,
I mean,
I'm home on day.
I just needed an extra day, but it could have started an hour earlier because there was a threat of rain, as we all know. And the forecast looked horrible all week. And day of, they had a USAC race in between Indy Next and the IndyCar race. And they moved that up to 2 o'clock or 2:30. But then they didn't do anything in between the next race and IndyCar. So Indy Next happens, and then they had this like 2 or 3 hour gap until any pre-race stuff happened for the IndyCar race. I think they should have moved this thing up by an hour.
Yeah. Like, so Fox had UFL on.
The highest chance of rain was always between 8 and 11. That was consistent all week, all day. It had dropped to like maybe 35% chance.
Right.
So I was thinking, oh my gosh, we might actually be okay. It did, of course, happen. I'll talk about that. But 7 o'clock would be better than 8.
As someone who did not have to work today, who watched on TV, even I found it kind of late, because also like I watched NASCAR earlier. Yeah. And once I was done, I was just like, man, I've had like to watch 2 races in the past 11 hours. Like, it was a long span.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it started at like 7 or 8 my time. Yeah. Then the race doesn't start at darkness, but that's cool. We get to see the transition.
Well, yeah.
It'll still end at dark.
Well, and the teams would have to adapt to different conditions from sunset to actual nighttime. And that adds another strategy element that we might have had a little bit, but not much of.
Yeah, it doesn't need to start at 9 o'clock Eastern.
So the UFL game was also in St. Louis. So I'm guessing what Fox was trying to do was like a St. Louis doubleheader kind of thing.
Whatever.
I don't know if enough people watch the UFL for that to matter. I don't know how many people watch that. Maybe more people watch that than IndyCar. I don't know.
The start of the IndyCar race got kicked to FS1. Just saying. Not that, I mean, I don't blame anybody for that. It just happens because the UFL game was running long. But
and the IndyCar race moved up by 30 minutes.
Yeah, true. So it is what it is.
But really great race. You had the 2 rain delays, and despite it all, despite how long my day was, I got there at 2:30. I don't think I left the track until 11:30. Had a great time. I'm so glad I stuck it out through those rain delays. And not even because my guy won the race, but it was a genuinely really good race. And Josef Newgarden wins his 6th race at Gateway. And if you're a longtime follower, not just of the podcast, but just me You know I'm a big Josef Newgarden fan. He wins a lot when I go to races. This is the 9th time I've seen him win a race in person.
Wow. 5 of them have been at Gateway, right? 5?
I'd have to check, but
because you didn't see his 2017 one at Gateway. I think you've seen 5 Gateway. You've seen, I think, 3 Iowa, and then 2 at the Indy 500. Here, I believe.
I'll pull it up.
I know. How do I know it better than you, girl?
Iowa 2020, Gateway 2020, Gateway 21, Iowa 22. That was with you, Zach.
Yes.
Gateway 22, both the Indy 500s, Gateway 24, Gateway 26.
Wait, that's 9? I'm confused. Yeah. Wait.
Yes.
How many Iowa wins is that? 3?
2.
2.
1.
Oh, I can't count. I'm an idiot. Sorry. I was
5 gateways.
It's 5 Gateway, 2 Iowa, 2 Indy,
and 2 Indy.
Okay.
Anyways,
the Oval King, Josef Newgarden.
Oval King. Patreon member Dirt asked us, "Is he the greatest IndyCar oval racer of all time?" I mean, it's hard to dispute it at this point.
Like, I'm not as aware of the history.
This is 11 oval wins in a row for him.
Right. I'm not too aware of history of, like, you know, who could be better than him at specifically just ovals, but like, there's no driver on that track that's better than Josef Newgarden at ovals. There's no driver on that track last night. That's why I had extreme confidence in him, because his car was still in one piece. Like, honestly, that's been Joseph's problem. You even just go back to the Indy 500. Like, if Joseph is making it to the checkered flag, he's winning the damn race. Yeah. We're seeing that on just about every oval. I think last year he had a little bit of struggling going on, but there were also a lot of new tracks. Like, we were going to Nashville for only the second time, but then he won. Milwaukee, we were kind of going back to Milwaukee, which I haven't been to Milwaukee a lot the past few years. I think he's going to get Milwaukee figured out next time we go there, right? Like, yeah. But a track like Gateway, where we've been running for years and years and years, Josef, I mean, I feel like Josef could do this with his eyes closed. He makes it look like he is doing it with his eyes closed, because he's that consistent with it. He's that good. He's that clean. He didn't look worried. He has the fastest car of the race, Marcus Ericsson, behind him the whole time.
He thought Christian Rasmussen was a lap car, and he said, "I don't know what he was doing, but you're racing him for the win."
He didn't even know. He's battling him for the win. He didn't even know.
Joseph said, "Well, I was going to get back by him. I don't know what he was doing. He was racing for the win." I think that was pretty funny. But man, that whole battle between not just him and Rasmussen, that was awesome, but him and Ericsson before that final restart was also great, or after the restart, just earlier in the race. But this whole thing was just excellent. There were some concerns because there was lower horsepower for this race and higher downforce. And we didn't know if this was going to make passing harder. I think there was more passing in this race than last year.
I didn't even notice a change in the racing. What qualifying looked really bad. I hate to say bad, but like, I watched qualifying and I'm just like, oh, like,
I was watching qualifying in a bar and grill muted on my phone, so I didn't really notice a difference.
It reminded me of like when NASCAR first went to lower horsepower. Okay. It was just like the cars are crawling around a speedway, because normally, like, Indy cars are short ovals. I feel like the sense of speed is insane. Like at Iowa, I could see it at Iowa. Like, that's why I was like stimming when we went to that practice session at Iowa in 2022. I'm like, this is insane. They're like flying airplanes in a gymnasium. It's great.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, taking away the horsepower, if it makes the racing better, sure. But we had good racing at Gateway before. At least they didn't ruin it. But, you know, it's one of those things, like, do we really have to mess with things that are already working really well? I don't know, but the racing was really good.
Well, I guess it's because they changed it for like Phoenix. I don't know if this means Milwaukee will have this package too.
Allegedly, it was like for tire concerns, like so the tires would like hold up better. That's what I heard in the industry, but yeah. When
with the weather, it made for very interesting strategy, right? Because at one point, I'm like, Scott Dixon's going to win this race if it starts raining. We're past halfway after that first delay. And my friend came with me. It was her second IndyCar race. I'm explaining everything. I'm nerding out. And I'm just like, it could start raining at any moment. These guys wanted to start raining right now. And I said, if it makes it to this lap, I believe I was saying between 55 to 60 to go. If they get it to that, they could pit and make it on one more. But there's rain. They might let themselves run out of gas.
Yeah.
In case it starts raining. And that's exactly what happened. And Scott Dixon and Alex Palou had very, very, very little fuel left. And I would have been content with that, because that would be the second time I've seen Scott Dixon win a race by fuel mileage in person, and also at Gateway.
Right.
And would have been like, okay, you know what? Ganassi, you got me. Ha ha. Fine. You win again. But
you ain't going to win the damn war, though.
Nope, they did not either.
Here's the thing.
But
go ahead.
But the thing is, though, so many people left after that second delay. And I think that, just to go back to the start time, that's one reason you can't start it that late on a Sunday night. A lot of people missed a hell of a good finish because of how late this was. If this was Saturday night, I think a lot of the crowd stays.
Yes. That's like, I don't like, to go back to that. I know why we got away from Saturday night races, TV, but at some point, like, can we at least like cater to the people that are traveling to the race?
Well, and this is the best crowd 2 years in a row I've seen at Gateway in the last 6 years.
Right.
They're getting people to show up to these oval races now. That was the biggest critique that IndyCar oval racing had. No one shows up. That place was nearly sold out.
Yeah. And I hate that argument anyways, because I literally had tickets to Richmond. So,
yeah.
And then it never happened. But like, again, this is the biggest race outside the 500 to me. It's in terms of the racing product. We need more ovals in general. And if, they have something special going on at Gateway, and I don't think they need to ruin it further by continuing to run it Sunday night. Back to the Ganassi cars. I was ready for them. Listen, IndyCar could have let them put fuel in it right there during the red flag. They could have. Not saying they actually could have, but I'm saying they could have, and Josef still would have beat them. I'm just saying, Josef still would have beat them. He was so good last night. I was hyping him up so much in the text. I was like, Josef Newgarden's winning this damn race.
Dixon didn't have the pace. Palou looked like he was pretty good when he was in clean air, but once he lost the lead, he started to fade a little bit.
Yeah, they ain't matching the Oval King. They're not. Like, and that's the thing about Josef. It's like people critique him for, struggling on the road courses, which he is better this year, by the way. I don't think people are noting that enough. But like, he is the most unstoppable force. Like, it's Alex Palou at the road courses, but if we're turning left, it's Josef Newgarden.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah.
And after that second delay, Dixon had to pit for emergency service. And then Palou came in and he ran out of gas on the pit stop while everyone else is with them. So they really did cut it close.
Yeah, TV was hyping up Alex Palou because they're like, "Oh my God, Alex Palou saved more fuel than Scott Dixon," and they were hyping him up. How did he do that? Well, then he like ran out, and Dixon actually ended up better because Dixon, he did emergency service. He had to start at the back, but Palou lost 2 laps because he ran 17th. Out, and it took them like a little bit to actually like get the car back started up. So really Dixon did the smarter thing, or the 19 by taking the emergency service immediately. They did the smart thing. They finished better. Big hit to Palou in the championship. I believe he still has the championship lead, but
Kirkwood is not far back. Kirkwood's still in it. I believe it's still a huge lead for Palou, but Kirkwood is definitely in the hunt.
Yeah. So that really sucks for Palou, but who cares? He wins. He's going to win next. He's going to win at Road America in 2
Can I say, when Dixon pit for emergency service and they were doing pace laps still, Palou leading, I fully thought it was going to start downpouring. I was
that would have been hilarious.
Thinking he's going to be that golden horseshoe of Jimmy Johnson's that's been transfer of power over to Alex Palou. I'm like, it's going to start monsooning here in a second. It didn't happen. I was shocked, quite frankly. And I knew, because you were very confident. You were so confident that Josef was going to win this race. I knew if Josef got in front with whatever it was, 50 to go, he was the favorite. I wasn't as confident as you were. I knew that if he was out front leading 50 to go, he was the guy to beat. And he was the most likely winner of this race. I was still concerned of Rasmussen. I was still a bit concerned with Ericsson, because Marcus Ericsson, I don't think we mentioned him yet, was also phenomenal. Led a lot of laps in this race as well. Ericsson had passed Josef earlier on in the race for the lead and led a bit. great race for him. That's a big race for him. I think he's in a contract year at Andretti. There's questions on if he'll stay or not. I don't know if it's this year or next year, but good race for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josef, once he had that lead, I'm like, okay, he just got to bring it home. No bad luck. We've had some bad luck recently. Less than last year. Just need to bring it one piece, and that's exactly what he did.
I was like, Louis Foster, keep it together, please. Was that who wrecked last year that caused that thing? Yeah, because he was really slow last night. Like, he was like the Arby's car. He was the Arby's car at the Bristol night race. Like literally, though, he was just in the way every time I saw him.
Can I shout out Louis Foster? If you follow me on Blue Sky, you might have seen this. We were at the autograph session, and Louis Foster had like a little handheld fan. Just put a fan on himself. And my friend kind of joked with him, I'm jealous of your fan. She had one too, and it broke. The battery died or whatever. And so he just like handed it to her. And she said, will you sign it? And he did. So she had a fan the rest of the night. And it was from him that he was using.
Oh.
So, shout out to Louis Foster. That was very nice.
Well, now his mustache probably got sweaty. It was probably to keep his mustache all nice and dry.
He has a nice mustache.
I don't like mustaches, but like he has a nice one. On him. He's actually kind of handsome. So shout out Louis Foster, who finished somewhere 20th, whatever. Yeah.
So question, with the rain delays, how did Fox cover that?
They interviewed a lot of like people or drivers, crew chiefs, just normal stuff like that. Talked about the race. I feel like honestly, the rain delays weren't even that long for me.
The first one was 38 minutes, and the second one was shorter than that.
Yeah, the first one was really long, but Fox did whatever. It wasn't like Prime. I feel like Prime NASCAR, they did a really good job because it feels like Dale Jr.'s podcast. Like it's just that's what it turns into. But I don't know. I mean, they did a really good job. It was just, again, just normal interview stuff where they're just interviewing literally anybody and everybody that's on pit road. There was a point where like the drivers got out and, you know,
that's when I thought it might have been over, when they let the drivers get out of their car. But then I read that they were like super sweaty and hot.
Right.
So they give them a little bit of relief, which is nice.
There was a moment where Kevin Lee was interviewing Palou, but then the drivers got called back to their cars. So then they start jogging together, but then Palou kicks it into another gear and just ditches Kevin Lee entirely. It was really funny because Kevin thought he was going to jog with them. And then Palou was like, I'm out. I got to get back to my car. I got to race to win, bro. Poor Kevin.
Nice. So I want to talk about one more thing, the Alex Palou, Nolan Siegel incident.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm surprised there was no penalty here, but I do wonder if there should have been, because just from what I saw at the track, this kind of move Palou was made all night long. We were kind of not diamonding the corner, but kind of going wider and then down to
like
the
a late entry.
Yeah. Okay. That was happening all night. So I feel like if he got a penalty, then a lot of other people should have too.
Well, it's hard to take Siegel's side here because it's Nolan Siegel, and like, bro, you wreck every week.
I have so much sympathy for Nolan Siegel.
Right.
He has so much pressure on him for no reason. He shouldn't have gotten this right in the first place. I don't know. I
think the thing though, like when the 4-time champion is involved in an incident with someone who wrecks every week, who do you think, like, whose side are you going to take? But when you look at it, like it is kind of low key just a racing incident. They both are trying to take the same line side by side. It happens in oval racing. With IndyCar, like if that was a NASCAR stock car, like they just make contact, they're fine. But with IndyCar, it's done. But also, it's like you could say Palou knows better and he should maybe give him a little bit more room. You could argue that too. I thought like Sato not getting a penalty at the Indy 500 for just completely wiping Carpenter out was a little unacceptable from race control. So this is a trend. And it's like, you know, are they turning a blind eye to these guys because it's Takuma Sato, because it's Alex Palou, proven winners of really big races and championships? Is that what's going on? I don't know. I hope not. Or maybe they'll let Josef start getting away with some stuff.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. Joseph doesn't need to get away with anything. He's never cheated ever. On purpose. On purpose.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, not this year at least.
Anything else on the IndyCar race?
More ovals.
Yeah,
every time we talk about Gateway, I end it with more ovals.
I think Gateway and Detroit need to switch dates on the calendar.
Yeah. I think
probably that would do so much good. If you get anyone interested at Indy, like, oh, I'm going to tune in next week. They watch Gateway, they'll watch your stupid Detroit race.
Yes, exactly.
Okay?
Because
like, get them hooked that there's more than just Indy. If they go from Indy to Detroit, it's like, oh, this is what they do the rest of the weeks? Okay.
And I like how Gateway is still different enough from Indy, because like sometimes I think like
it's its own unique, cool thing.
Like NASCAR does their thing with Atlanta. And yes, Atlanta is like one of the best races of the year, but like it's a lot of super speedway racing to start the NASCAR season. And I think by the time we get to Atlanta, you know, after watching Daytona, it's like, man, I'm kind of tired of super speedway racing. But like after the Indy 500 to go to Gateway, but it's both another oval race to keep the new fans, keep them coming in. But also this is like one of the best races of the year. It's different than the 500, but it's still going to be awesome. Like I think it's a perfect balance of kind of both ideas, just having a good race after the 500. So I agree with that idea. Really, Detroit, they should just go to Michigan. Yeah, just go to Michigan. Like no, I don't want to. Oh, Busch Chevrolet, I don't care. That's the thing with the IndyCar Oval
Chevrolet
debate.
Don't even win that race.
The thing with the IndyCar Oval debate is I don't care. Oh, but people don't. I don't care.
I literally are showing up.
People are showing. I literally don't care. IndyCar, the best racing, and what makes them special is the oval racing.
The one exception to people not showing up was Iowa that last year. Yeah, but they were showing up when Hy-Vee was promoting the hell out of it. That's a little weird situation in Iowa. Well, yeah, all the other races, all the other oval tracks, people are showing up right now. Add Richmond. Why is Richmond not on the calendar?
Some speedways, like instead of going to DC, like
you know what would be a really cool idea?
What?
Do the DC race and then be like, hey, you like IndyCar? Come back next year at Richmond.
Exactly, that's what they should do.
Like, and have signs everywhere. That'd make the DC race worth it, in my opinion. That way, you're like, oh my gosh, you're gonna bring all these people in. They might maybe get interested. Then they go to Richmond and they're like, oh, this is really cool.
Because the closest IndyCar race to me is Mid Ohio, which is a 7-hour drive. You know, except for the Washington, D.C. race this year, but I'm not going to that for reasons. But yeah, like Richmond.
But it's free.
I will go
win a raffle for free.
I will go to Richmond every year if it's an IndyCar. If it's an IndyCar race, like, come on, man.
Before we move into Indy Next, we're actually talking about Indy Next today, guys. It's a crazy day. I don't think we've ever done that. So, I want to shout out a couple of our listeners that reached out and chatted with me, had a lot of fun. Indy Amy, one of our longtime listeners, had a great chat with her. She already went through the autograph line with her son. Then she came back and found me. We talked while I went through the line. That was really nice. And then another one of our listeners, let me make sure I get your name right. I think I know what it is, but I don't want to say the wrong name. Bill. We had a great chat, Bill. And Bill's going to Kansas, Zack. He wants to chat with you too.
Oh, so I'll get to meet him.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Very awesome guy to meet. There were some other, like 2 other people that I said hi to me, but I don't think you got your name. So sorry, but very fun. Very fun to just kind of chat with you guys and run into you at races. Shout out also to Amy's son. Gave me this little tiny duck. He put one on Pato's bike at the autograph session, but he gave a little duck to me and said to give it to Joseph.
Like the little ducks?
Like little, very.
The kids have those at school.
So
that's awesome.
I did forget to give it to Joseph because I was a little overstimulated. I was having conversations with Alex Pillow and Will Power. I got a little carried away.
Okay.
And then I get the Joseph.
David Land?
I got the Joseph and, I'm like, hey, Joseph, whatever. We're chatting. I forgot about the duck. So I'm sorry. I still have the duck. It is in my bag. So
you'll give it to him next year for number 10.
The next time. Yeah, for number 10.
Next is number 10. Oh, that's a big deal.
Crazy.
It's a milestone.
I know.
Talk about Josef and Denny getting milestones. Alex Newgarden over here is getting milestones. He's getting close.
I did tell Joseph that the next win would be number 9. He's like, that's a lot. Let's do it. Let's get it tonight. And they gave me a fist bump.
What's your next IndyCar race going to be?
I'm talking about maybe doing Indy next year. I'm thinking about doing Indy next year. I'll be at Gateway next year, more than likely. I don't see why I would stop doing that.
Yeah.
So,
damn, you got to get number 10.
I know.
Anyways, Indy next. Well, we're going into hot topics, and we only have 2 things, and one is the Indy next race.
Dude, the Indy next race was awesome. I watched that kind of just like, hey, let's just sit down, have something to put on in like the background while we're like on our phones or whatever.
Something to put on. You're at the track.
That was literally my pitch to my friend. Like, okay, let's just sit down. We can watch this, whatever, find our seat. It's not going to be that great. Miles Rowe started last. And I'm watching the race just very casually. I'm like, he's making really impressive passes right now. He's flying through this field. And the battle for the lead between 2 Andretti cars, Lockie Hughes and Josh Pearson, that was a really fun battle going on while Miles Rowe is flying through the field. Really good race all around. Miles Rowe gets up to 5th or 4th. And I'm like, he's going to probably win this thing because the 2 up front are still fighting. And that's going to allow Rowe to catch up. And that's exactly what he did. Awesome drive. Yeah. So impressed. This was his 3rd win, they said on the PA. He qualified fastest, but he had a technical penalty. And this was the lowest anyone has started to win an Indy next race. This was awesome. If there's a moment that it's like, let's say Miles Rowe makes it to IndyCar, becomes a huge star, big name. It's going to be like, I was there for that. This is that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Hell of a drive. Congrats to him. What a win.
Yeah.
What a race.
Patreon member Dirt says, I feel like Miles Rowe should get a shot at the Speedway next year. He seems like the next Oval Master. And you just talked about how impressed you were of his historic performance. Could Miles Rowe be a good fit with Foyt in the 14? Dirt asks. And I want to say, I saw someone mention this on Twitter, like it kind of sucks with the charter system and part-time teams not being a thing, because it would kind of be nice for like Miles to just get a part-time start at Phoenix next year, or because I think just launching into the Indy 500 is like, whoa, that's a lot, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know, that's what you got to make the jump eventually. And we've seen plenty of people from Indy next just hop into the 500 their first year, so it's. Is he ready? I mean, probably. If he's going from last to first at Gateway with, the entire Indy next field, like he probably is ready for the Speedway. I don't see why not. He still has stuff to learn, of course, but I think he's ready to learn. Yeah.
The question about if he'd be a good fit for the 14, I'd like anyone in the 14 who's not currently in it.
Basic. Like, I do not want him to be his teammate. That would be a really weird pairing. But
and I don't. Kyle Collette's doing a really good job.
He had a really good race last night. He was really he was like crying on TV because did he wreck or did he have a mechanical failure? I don't remember.
He had a mechanical failure. His car was like smoking. It was one of the cautions.
Yeah, right. It was like right after the
people around us were like, "What happened?" And then there was his car was smoking.
Yeah,
he was on the same strategy, or like he was running with Dixon up in the top 5. He was up there. But anyway, Miles Rowe. Yeah, I'd love to see him. Oh, he got 4 wins? I thought PA they said 3. Maybe they meant 3 oval wins.
Yeah, because he has 3 oval wins. Because he got a win at one of the Indy road course races.
Gotcha. But really cool. And he's one of the only black racers in any of the top premier racing series in North America, and just more success from drivers like him. That is really important for diversity and representation. So really cool.
Speaking of, I saw this. Destiny Spurlock is making a start in ARCA this week at Pocono, and she's running a Juneteenth car. It's a really cool car. I don't know what the sponsor is, but it's just like a Juneteenth spreading awareness of the Freedom Day. Has the date on it. it's pretty cool. It looked awesome. So yeah, she'll be in the ARCA race at Pocono. I love the ARCA race at Pocono. I'm just like, why is ARCA here? It's it's one of those like, why is ARCA even here? So so cute. Y'all are so cute with your little speedway races, ARCA. So yeah, good luck to Destiny in that race.
Our last hot topic. I did not know Monaco was yesterday until I saw on Twitter that Kimi Antonelli won Monaco.
Okay.
That race not being Memorial Day weekend, it has lost so much luster to me.
Okay.
What do you mean Monaco was yesterday?
I didn't know we were going to talk about this, but let's talk about it because I think it was Saturday or Friday, and I was just like, wait, is Monaco this weekend? Like, I had to like check if it was this weekend because I was like, I think I heard someone talk about it.
Yeah. But
you know, like I only see F1 tweets, I feel like, when I'm like awake at like 3 a.m. Because that's when everyone like wakes up in Europe and is like, oh, let's post about the race today or whatever. But and of course I can't watch it because I don't have Apple TV. So I wasn't gonna watch anything. And I didn't watch it, certainly not for Monaco. Yeah, I feel like Monaco was already kind of struggling because it's, you know, it's not really a race.
No.
But the fact that it was at least part of the Memorial Day triple, like gave, especially
it made me care about it.
It gave Americans a reason to watch it, but.
And then the audience they're trying to appeal to, the Americans, they're just like,
Well, why would we watch that?
Let's put Canada there instead. What?
Yeah, that's not a good move. I think they, yeah.
But Kimi Antonelli won. This is his 5th win in a row or something? 4th win in a row?
Yeah, youngest ever Monaco GP winner. That's why I put it in the T or the hot topics. I feel like, you know, it's pretty historical. It's one of the biggest races in the world, the Monaco GP. Youngest winner ever. He did a grand slam, which I think means fastest lap, pole, led all the laps, which, you know, it's Monaco. Of course he's going to do that. But yeah, apparently George Russell is like having a little bit of an embarrassing season because like he wrecked out at Canada or something.
Well, I remember preseason, it was talked about that Mercedes was going to be the best car and Russell's probably going to be champion this year. It's like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Antonelli's
George is under a lot of pressure right now, and he was kind of back in the field at Monaco yesterday, and he like apparently he tried to pass Albon by cutting the course and was like, I'll just accept the penalty because now I get clean air, but it was a 20-second penalty. So he couldn't make it up. Like George, there is like someone told George to give the place back, but George was like, no, I'll just take the penalty. Like, that's how we're passing at Monaco. We're just literally cutting the course.
Wow.
It's like a mushroom in Mario Kart. God, F1, you're so cute. So cute.
Yeah. Did you see that what's his name? Martin Brundle, was that his name? He tried to interview Kim Kardashian and Kim Kardashian, I guess, ignored him or something.
I mean,
I didn't see the clip, to be real with you, but I saw a headline.
That's exactly what I expect would happen.
Yeah. I feel like this happens at least once a year, and I'm just like, okay.
I don't know if this was from Monaco, but I sent you a picture earlier of Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things interviewing Kimi Antonelli, and I was like, this is random, but I like this. Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. They're cute. I don't know.
Random.
Anyways, right. Fantasy. I swept the weekend.
You did.
I picked my 2 experienced unks.
I made bad picks. I don't know what I was thinking.
I think you made bad picks.
I was doing reverse psychology with the IndyCar pick. I obviously wanted Josef to win. Right. By the way, we didn't even mention Malukas because last week I was like, I'm not picking Malukas. He ain't going to win.
Good thing you didn't pick him.
He was kind of a non-factor, which is weird at Gateway. It was like his worst race at Gateway, and he was in a Penske car finally.
Remember, so he got beat by Josef like right at pit exit.
At the pits,
The exact same thing happened with somebody else. I think it was Dixon on the next pit cycle. And I was like, girl, you getting ate up on pit road today. You need to get the curly hair out of your eyes. What is going on? It's a little concerning. Wow. I don't think I think David's
David said that they totally just missed the setup.
Fair enough. It happens in racing, especially this is the first time he's raced with, especially with a team. You know, they can have the same setup for a race, but like when they get a new driver, that driver might want something different with that car. Yeah. Josef has been running this race with that team winning since 2017. Like there's a big difference there. I think next year they're going to have it figured out, and Malukas He might already have a win by then, but he's going to challenge for the win next year. But yeah, I mean, he's still got a top 10 at least.
So as you said, with fantasy, you did sweep the weekend. You've really caught up to me in both of them. Pocono. For Michigan, I had Briscoe. Don't know what I was going for there. And you had Hamlin, who won. So you get to go first again.
Denny Hamlin.
We were talking beforehand. We were talking beforehand that if you win, I get to pick first for San Diego. Yeah. Which we all know who I would pick in that scenario.
If Denny Hamlin wins the race, if he finishes second, best case scenario. But
right.
Either way, if we'll probably get to swap some SVG wins with the 2 road courses, so we'll see what happens. But
yeah, I'm gonna go Tyler Reddick.
Okay. I have no opinions.
I think it's a safe choice.
I don't know how to not pick anybody but Denny Hamlin right now.
Yeah.
God, and here's the thing, he almost won the 600 too. I guess that was Bell too, as well, but he won the All-Star race. It's like Denny's unstoppable. Except when either the 11 team they do something or crazy NASCAR stuff happens, which to be expected. Expect more of the same. It's another like super intermediate, as I have to call them, the intermediate tracks that are really big, really fast, like Indy, Michigan, Pocono. The restarts will be intense, so we might see some more hard crashes. Be interested to see if Bell's in the car this weekend. I hope he is, but it should be a Pocono race. I don't know if it'll be a decent or a good race, but it will be a Pocono race.
Prime will cover strategy.
It'll be fun.
That'll be good.
Tell you what though, IndyCar, back on IndyCar, this is the greatest part of the schedule for IndyCar because you have the Indy 500 and then they take a week off in Detroit and do whatever the hell they want. And then it's Gateway, which is like the second best race of the year. And now their next race is Road America. They're going to finally get a week off because, they've been busy with the month of May and everything. But their next race is Road America. And that's the best road course on the schedule, 100%. So if, I'm kind of into IndyCar this summer because they put all their best races in the summer. And it's been really fun to watch. I think Road America is going to be a good show as always.
Yeah, so. No, I like Road America. We're not making picks today, but just for a recap, I had Pata who finished 11th. I don't remember seeing a single papaya car last night except for Nolan Siegel for when he wrecked. And then you had Josef who won the race. So it's now 13-11. You have made up that gap.
Just got to trust the process because I'm 2 wins in a row. I got Palou at Detroit. I almost had Malukas at the 500 too.
You did. You would have had the lead right now if you had that.
I had 3 in a row. God.
So we'll see who you pick for Road America first in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Wrapping up that, once again, happy Pride, everybody. I was at my Pride on Friday night. That was so fun. So much fun.
Be who you are for your
who
pride.
You are. Okay.
Yeah.
That was cute. We did not plan that.
I don't have Pride events in my little hometown. I do in my city. I could drive 20 minutes. In my hometown, we don't got no Pride events. So we do actually, not a Pride event, but we have there's this little gardening store called the Gardening Gaze. And they got I guess I'm doxing myself, but they got put on the national news, on something. I saw it. It's pretty cool.
Cute. That is cute.
So there's some gay people out in the country.
Thank you to our Patreon members who joined our discussion throughout the episode for $2 a month. For $5 a month, you can get some episodes early for our Pride Month interview episodes that we're working on. $5 tier will be getting those early. Any other bonus videos we do, you get those early at $5 tier. Like and subscribe on YouTube and leave 5 stars on the podcast platforms. And follow us on all the socials at Gay Racing Pod, at Newgarden, and at Dreamy Zack Racing. You're back to your old username.
And we'll see y'all next week to talk about NASCAR at Pocono. Be excited. It's a triangle.
She's
Happy
quirky.
Happy Pride Month at Pocono. She's a triangle. She is who she is for her pride. All right.
Yep.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.